Hey everybody, and welcome back to Lindsay's Little Library. So I'm here today to share with you my July wrap-up. I'm pretty happy with the month of July. I got a lot read. I've got 6 books here to talk about. Some are pretty hefty, some I read really fast, but I really enjoyed all of them. There really isn't anything here that was bad. So we will just kind of start at the top of the pile and go from there. So the first one I finished was The Red Tent by Anita Diamond. This follows the life of Dinah, who is a woman from the Bible, from the Old Testament, I believe, and just really she makes a very small appearance in the Bible, but what Anita does is kind of tell us her whole life and where she came from, how she was raised, what happened to her, and then what happened to her after that event. So I really liked this book. I listened to it on audio. Definitely a different perspective as far as historical fiction goes. I haven't picked up anything, I think, from that time period, but definitely enjoyed it. The way of life back then was very interesting. The sisterhood and bond between women at that time was really interesting. The traditions were interesting. It was a really good read, and I highly enjoyed it, and the audiobook was fantastic. The next few books I picked up was part of my Booklist Thursday 5-star predictions, so you've probably heard me talk about these already, or you will hear me talk about them. Depends when this video goes up. But the first one was Always Watching by Chevy Stevens. A good 4-star book. I love Chevy Stevens. She was I first read her book Those Girls a while ago and just have kind of fallen in love with her since then, and anytime I see a book by her I have to pick it up. So this follows Dr. Nadine Lavoie, and she is a psychiatrist and has a patient that comes to her that kind of opens up some events from her past that she needs to deal with. So her and her brother were raised within this commune, or they lived there for a few years. She's kind of blocked out a lot of the memories that have happened, but because this patient comes to her, a lot of them basically start coming back, and she has to deal with some things. And there's a little mystery involved, and there's definitely some action that happens. She's running from a lot of things. She's trying to solve basically what happened to her and why she forgot it and why she blocked that out. So very good book. I enjoyed it. The next one I finished was All the Breaking Waves by Carrie Lonsdale. This surprised me because based upon the synopsis on the back, I did not expect it to center around something. It doesn't even talk about it on the back, so I don't want to spoil anything because I did like that element of surprise with it. So this follows Molly and her daughter Cassie, and Molly is a single mom raising her little girl, and they have to flee to her grandmother's house at one point in time because some secrets are starting to reveal themselves. Gets Cassie in a little bit of trouble at school, and Molly's not sure what to do from there, where to go from there. So she goes back to her grandmother's house, and her grandmother makes her basically face her past head on and deal with it and make some decisions, and a really great book. I really liked it. Then I buddy read this next book with Sarah from Sarah's Nightstand, and highly encourage you to buddy read this book if you're interested in picking it up. It was absolutely fabulous. I wholeheartedly enjoyed reading this with her. Oh my gosh, I can't have not enough good things to say about it, but this was Children of Blood and Bone by Tomi Adeyemi. I think that's how you say it. This was Jimmy Fallon's kind of summer read book that he picked, that he's been reading along with. I think through Instagram I've seen some. On his Facebook page he has little blurbs and he talks about it. I don't know though if he's finished it. I've only seen up to a certain point, and I don't know if he's finished it. But we finished this thing in like 4 days, and look at this thing, it's huge. But it definitely is a fantasy book. It follows Zaylee, and she has magic, and magic has kind of been abolished. There's definitely some parallels I've noticed between this book and Aladdin, and between this book and Throne of Glass, and so that was interesting to pick up on. But it's your classic adventure story, so she's out there to try to save her people. Look at the map, it's beautiful, and it seriously is helpful. You gotta refer to the map a few times. But there's an evil king, there's a prince involved that's following them, they're on a quest in this adventure to go and save magic. It's fabulous. Fabulous. I love this book. I cannot believe I have to wait until March to read the second one. I'm not happy. but it was really good. And then my next book came in the mail, which I have been so excited for. All Your Perfects by Colleen Hoover. I read this in like a day. I ignored my family. I did not clean. I did not cook. I did nothing for a solid day so I could just completely get lost in this book, and I did. And this is classic Colleen. You guys know how much I love Colleen, and if you're a Colleen hater, I'm sorry. I love her. I love her stories. I love the emotions I feel and the issues that they are and the issues the characters face. I just love everything about them. So this follows our couple. We have Quinn and, oh, what is her husband's name? Start with it. Graham. Graham? I think so. But anyways, Quinn is dealing with infertility and has been dealing with it for about, what, 5 or 6 years or something like that. And you completely are in her world of how this has completely changed her and affected her, changed her marriage, changed her relationship with her family and with her friends, and it is heartbreaking. And I cried a few times, and I'm not a crier in books, but I cried. I could understand what she was going through, yet I was still rooting for her marriage because there's dual timelines here. So you have one chapter will be about when they met, and then their kind of love story from there, and the next chapter is today, and you see how much has changed and how big of a difference it is. So it's absolutely beautiful. I loved every single page. It was fabulous. Pick this up, pick it up, pick it up. The last book that I'm currently reading is The Book of M by Peng Shepherd. This is a little different. This follows something has happened in the world that has caused humans to lose their shadows, and when you lose your shadow, you lose your memories. Not just your memories of, say, where you grew up or where you went to school or what friends you have, but memories like, I need to drink water to stay alive, or I need to stay inside and not be out in the elements, or I need to eat. And so people are dying because they're losing their memories, and nobody really knows why this happened and what's going to happen from it. There's also some other strange things going on. So as someone loses a memory, sometimes that physical thing they lost their memory of disappears. I'm not quite understanding that part. I'm about a third of the way through. I was hoping to have this done by the end of July. I don't think it's going to happen because Booktubeathon is starting. I think I'm going to put this down and concentrate on my TBR pile for that readathon and maybe pick it up after that. I'm definitely intrigued as to learn more as far as what's happening. I don't know, but I'm not like fully in love with it right now. But I'm still only a third of the way through, so it's enough that I want to know what happens, and I'm liking the writing, I'm liking the characters. It's just I'm a little confused. So we're gonna keep going, but it's a beautiful book. I love this. So that's it. I got through, what's my total? 5.5 books, as well as, oh, no, I got through 6, because I finished Unbroken as well, by Laura Hillenbrand. I listened to this on audio. This follows Louis Zamperini. He was a Olympian before World War II broke out, and in track, so he ran. So he became a fighter pilot, and his bomber crashed in the Pacific, so he survived 47 days at sea and then was captured and kept in a POW camp in Japan, which was horrible. What this man survived is inspiring. I can't imagine. Wow. So wonderful, wonderful book. Highly suggest picking this up. I need to now go see the movie. Oh, and this can qualify for one of my summer bingo categories for my library thing. That's perfect. But highly suggested. The audiobook was fabulous, absolutely fabulous. I couldn't stop listening to it. It was great. So pick that one up as well. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I almost forgot about that. So I got 6.5 books read in July. I'm pretty happy with that. That's quite a bit. 2 audiobooks and the rest are physical books. It's pretty good. I will take it. Let's hope this continues in August. We will see. So let me know if you've read any of these books in the comments below. I'd love to chat about them with you. Otherwise, like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Bye.